Welcome to Reality on the Ground, real people, real issues with me, Andrew Chamagero, Omon 201C. Today happens to be one of those days when we decide to actually go to, the people in the positions to explain a couple of questions we've had. After numerous complaints from the residents of Kiruddu and, of course, Salama Road about the stench that comes from Kiruddu Hospital. When you're passing by, the stench it's enormous, it's choking, it's pungent. But when you get into the hospital, it's very, very clean. It's neat. Services are running. I arrived here a little early and I can see a couple of patients have been, well attended to. Nurses are working. Security at the entrance is equally good. Police officers at the entrance, they ask for IDs to make sure that you're valid. You're not just a pedestrian journalist. But what brought us here today is to tap into the management's perspective of the sewer that is on the roadside, that is actually it is too smelling, and we need to know what exactly happened. And to join me for this conversation, I have the team leader. Just so you know that Kiruddu Hospital is not independent as per now. It's still under Mulago Hospital. That means Mulago Hospital is using this as, it's like a hands-off management, but they're under their management, but from afar. Kiruddu gets referrals from as far as Congo, Tanzania, Burundi, Rwanda, even the ones from the farthest of the districts in Uganda. So the numbers at Kiruddu are overwhelming. And to join me for this conversation, I have Dr. Charles Kabugo to take me through the conversation. He's the team leader at Kiruddu Hospital. Doctor, good morning.
Good morning.
I hope you had a good morning.
Not too bad.
It's
my normal day. I usually wake up a bit early.
Okay.
And I prefer it that way.
Okay. Doctor, today I've come here for something very particular. It's about the sewage down there. But before we get into that, could you try to take me through what Kiruddu Hospital is to a layman Ugandan? They don't actually. For us as Abandons, we think Kiruddu is a fully fledged independent hospital.
Well, thank you very much, NTV. Kiruddu Hospital, as of now, Kiruddu Hospital started in May 2016 as an extension of Mulago Hospital. That was a time when Mulago Hospital was due for renovation. Up to now, the renovation is still ongoing. So a few departments were spread out, and my department was brought to Kiruddu Hospital. So we have two departments here, the Department of Internal Medicine and the burns and surgery, burns and plastic surgery unit. So we've been here for over that period, about 2.5 years. So we are still operating under Mulago Hospital, because we yet don't have a vote status. We're not an independent unit. So our bosses right now are still Mulago Hospital. Yes.
Okay, so the public now it is not Kiruddu, it is Mulago Hospital. Let's talk about, you talked about internal medicine, and could you try to break it down for a layman Ugandan to understand what are the internal, what is internal medicine?
Yeah, broadly, if we look at the broad categories of medicine, I'll start the ones that are obvious to the public.
Yes.
Pediatrics. Treats diseases of children. Obs and Gyn treats diseases of women. Surgery treats surgery as it is.
Yes.
Now, who treats the adults? Who treats those who have high blood pressure, who have diabetes, who have got kidney disease, who have got all sorts of other ailments in the liver disease? Now, that is where the Department of Internal Medicine falls.
Okay.
So, and that's where Kiruddu comes into play.
Okay, I understand. I really commend you for the great work you guys are doing here. But you're known strongly for dialysis as a hospital. I understand that the hospital is equipped, and it's one of its kind, with dialysis, medication here, if I'm not wrong. Kindly try to take me through the dialysis, how it works.
What is dialysis? Dialysis is a situation where when patients have had their kidneys not functioning, because the function of the kidney is to filter your blood and remove any toxins.
Okay.
It's one of the organs. Every individual has got 2 kidneys. So when your kidneys are not functioning, in the process of waiting, either you get a kidney transplant, you definitely need dialysis.
Okay.
So what are these diseases that cause dialysis? Are the diseases we talked about the other day during the exercise week.
Oh, yeah, at Kololo.
At Kololo, where we say things like the non-communicable diseases especially are contributing a lot to this burden because of our lifestyle changes, the way we eat, we don't exercise.
Yeah.
We have seen a surge in the burden of the non-communicable diseases. What are these? Things like diabetes, things like high blood pressure.
Yep.
These are the major contributors to kidney failure.
And we'll have a lot of chips, we'll have a lot of sugars.
Exactly. So the burden of these diseases has tremendously increased. And it's, sadly enough, it's affecting even the young people.
Wow.
So we see 22-year-olds coming in with high blood pressure and they're coming in with diabetes. In the past, we used to know that diabetes was a disease of slightly the older people.
Yes.
Now we're seeing it even among the young people.
Which is alarming.
Which is alarming.
Yes.
We're seeing hypertension, high blood pressure among the young people. We're seeing a lot of people who have used herbs and they have burnt their kidneys.
Let's talk about herbs. Now, you're an expert at this. You see, of late, there is a notion that medicine, produced medicine, we call it like amadagala gabazungu, at times gafading and etudda ku herbal. Please try to throw more light. How do herbals damage our kidneys to the deeper end?
There is no doubt that even the medicine that we prescribe in the medication in hospitals comes from herbs of sorts.
Absolutely, yes.
But the truth is that the pharmaceutical companies have extracted only the active ingredient
of the herb.
And they have removed the toxic ingredient from it. Here, people go and get herbs, they go and get leaves and boil, do various concoctions, and many times by they even add in our own medication. Studies have shown that they add in our medication in addition to the herbs. Now, when you don't know this concoction, what is the final effect on the body? Because everything you take in has got to be filtered. So you put your kidneys to a challenge, you put your liver to a challenge.
At the end of the day,
we are seeing a lot of people coming in with kidney failure and people coming in with liver failure. Because, and many times they usually hide it, they didn't tell you that, you know what, I've been taking herbs. But when you extract or when they start getting worried that the patient is not doing very well,
they
start divulging some information. That, you know what, they told us he has this and we've been using this. Which is really absurd. And I strongly advise that people not to go that way.
Not to go that way. All right, I understand that now. Doctor, let's go straight to the problem. There is a sewer at the entrance of Kiruddu Hospital. The smell is pungent, like it hits your nose, you're like, oh Lord. But on the flip side, when you get inside, you can't get that scent. It's actually at the roadside. My question is, what is happening? What went wrong?
I'm glad that when you came into the hospital, you found that the hospital is very clean.
Yes, it's very clean.
Because we've had a lot of bashing in the press, thinking that the whole hospital is rotten and about to collapse.
Absolutely.
The hospital is very clean. And that's why you saw the huge numbers of people coming in. Because we offer a service. There's no doubt about that. Amidst the challenge of this other problem at the gate. Now, as you rightly asked, what is the problem? The initial problem was, one, there's no sewer line on Salama Road. So we are using a septic tank. A very huge septic tank, which has a capacity of almost more than 80,000 liters.
Wow.
But because of the patient numbers, that septic tank cannot hold. People have got a notion of saying that the septic tank burst and things like that.
You saw them on our news bag. That
is not true. The septic tank is still very intact. It's only that the septic tank is full because of the huge volumes of water coming in from the hospital. Then eventually the septic tank gets full. The sock pit, which is outside, which would have supported the septic tank, cannot hold. So the best solution would have been is to connect to a sewer line, national water sewer line, which is missing on Salama Road.
I hear you.
So, and that's the flow.
That's the flow.
One, I must apologize to the community, to the people out there that definitely it's not in our making that we are insensitive to the problem. I also get into the hospital through the same gate. I don't like getting to my place of work when I have a situation like that one. But We definitely cannot close the hospital because of the services we offer.
Yes.
Okay.
Doctor, just to take you a little back, can you put it into perspective about what brings the big volume of water? What brings this big volume of water? Yes, I understand the hospital uses a lot of water, but is it the dialysis process or department that has a lot of water to release out there?
Partly, yes, because in addition to the huge number of patients who come and use the facility, and of course, in addition also to our poor health-seeking habits, because I want to give you an example that one patient comes with 4 attendants. So we've tried to control that at the gate. That's why you saw the security men at the gate.
Oh, yes.
We tried to control the numbers. Once you do that, the people start shouting and say, oh, no, you are not allowing us to come. But you see one patient, 4 attendants.
That's a lot of...
So you budgeted for hospital for 200 patients. Then if you multiply that by 5, because each one is bringing an attendant that wants to use the hospital.
It's a big number.
That puts a challenge to the hospital.
Yeah.
Secondly, is that we have these dialysis machines. We have 20 functional dialysis machines.
20 dialysis machines.
Yes.
Kudos to the government.
These dialysis machines are the ones that clean the kidneys. These dialysis machines are providing dialysis services to patients at a very subsidized price, because out there, dialysis is about 300,000 per session.
Per session.
Here, we charge it at 60,000, almost free.
How many sessions does one need in a week?
Minimum. We do 2, but sometimes we have to do 3, depending on your condition.
Okay.
Now, I want to give a brief about the machine. That every machine, for every 4 hours, because when a patient comes in, they sleep on the machine, they lie down on the bed for 4 hours. And every time a patient is on that machine, the machine uses 200 liters of water. 200
liters?
Yes.
Per patient?
Per patient.
We have 20 machines.
And every machine does 2 sessions.
That is so 400
liters per machine, times 20
machines.
20 machines. So that's a huge volume of water that we really put onto the septic tank.
Yes, I hear you.
So that was not initially planned.
Okay, I see where the problem comes.
So, and unfortunately, much as this water comes out, it mixes, of course, with the sewage, and eventually it flows out. Because much as this is usually clean water, but you have to collect it in the septic tank.
Yes.
Because it's coming from a patient. Okay?
I hear you.
So that's one of the challenges we have.
Wow, there you have it. You've had the challenge. We have 20 dialysis machines, and each machine per session, it uses 200 liters, and on a daily it handles 2 patients. Those are 2 sessions. That is 400 liters. Multiply that by 20, you'll get to know why the sewer, rather the septic tank of Kiruddu Hospital is overwhelmed. Are there strategies on how best to connect with the National Water and Sewage Corporation that we can get on a sewer line? Is it challenging? Is it bureaucracy dragging this?
Well, I must thank government that they are not sitting well. They know our challenges, and I think they are doing the best they can do. There have been multi-sectoral meetings coordinated by the Prime Minister's office.
Yeah.
They've engaged KCC, they've engaged National Water and Sewage Corporation, they've engaged the Ministry of Health, they've engaged various stakeholders into this. The community itself has been engaged to see that, to allow them that we're doing something. And I think plans have been made.
Yeah.
Some are short-term measures, some are long-term measures. I'll start with the long-term measure. The long-term measure is eventually that we need a treatment plant.
Okay.
In the hospital.
At the hospital, yes.
Yes, and National Water engineers have been here. They have engaged the contractor here. They've engaged the community to see how to get a treatment plant on site. And I think quotations have been sent to the Ministry of Health. I don't have detailed information about it, but I know the meetings have been taking place.
Okay.
Then that's a long-term measure. That will take some time.
Yeah.
Short-term measure is that we definitely need to see how to empty these tanks. And we've been doing that over and over. The committee can witness that. And 2 weeks ago, we brought in about 10 trucks.
Wow.
And they brought in 10,000 liter trucks, and they were emptying the septic tank. But I said the volume that is coming on is enormous. Is enormous. So, Ministry of Health decided that they procure a vehicle, a truck, that should be able to empty until we get to the long-term solution. So
does it have a sequence that in a week it's going to come like thrice or twice?
We want to learn, because it's just been delivered, we want to see how to schedule it, because we want to give it schedules so that it keeps the water at its minimum, so it doesn't flow out there. So we are yet to work out its schedule. So it has just come in, and it's a learning process.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But what I know is that the truck came in last week, and it started its trips.
Wow.
Of course, knowing that the challenges that come with it. Remember, when the truck picks the water from here, it doesn't pour it in the swamp.
Yeah,
it has to drive to BBG. So the costs that come with it, you get stuck in a jam because it's not an ambulance. Stuck in a jam, then it gets to BBG, it has to wait for its turn to empty into the BBG swamp, then drive back. So it has a limitation on number of trips that it can do, even if you provided it with all the fuel.
Well, don't you think that connecting to the national sewer line would be much more easier? Because you're on Salama Road, you're close to Gaba. I think it would actually be much more easier.
There is no sewer plant in Gaba. I think the nearest sewer plant here is in around the Zambia area.
Wow, that's a hill.
So most of the people around here, I think, they're using their septic tanks. I'm not very sure, but I know the nearest sewer line must be around Kabalagada, Zambia. I am not very sure. I need to ask National about that. Otherwise, if it was, that would have been the best solution.
Absolutely.
If you had a sewer line nearby, just connect.
Wow.
But that is also part of the future plan.
But I would be grateful if it comes through. Let's talk about the locals. As the hospital engage the community around about the challenges, because I mean, people will always be up in arms, like, oh, this is happening. People are not taking, real mechanism and measures to make sure that this is actually addressed to the end of it. Has the community been a part of this conversation? As the hospital engage the community, and as the community given feedback or strategies on best this can be handled?
Yes, we have engaged a number of community leaders. One of them is called Mr. Ankata. I've sat in this office with him a number of times. We've talked about this problem. He's given me letters to deliver to my bosses in the ministry. And I've told him the challenges that we face. The good thing that when people understand what the problem is, then the problem know, oh, it's not as simple as we thought. So the community, through their community leaders, we've tried to engage them. But like I said initially, I definitely sympathize with the community. Or people around, because no one wants to live in a community which is not hygienically acceptable. So it's not like we're relaxed and we think everything is okay. There are definitely challenges to this problem. If we had a sewer line like you mentioned, it would have been so easy. It would have been like connect and that is it.
I understand.
But now it's a process. People have gone through PPDA. To get a supplier, you have to procure land. I heard KCC had been, it was in the process of procuring land from Buganda Land Board down the valley there, where they're going to install the sewer plant, the treatment plant. And I think all this is moving. It's only that you don't announce every step. Like, oh, now we have bought the land. Now we have bought this. But maybe we shall be a bit more proactive eventually, telling the community that, we've made this straight. But the good thing, they usually see the trucks coming to empty. That shows you that we're doing something. There
is effort.
There's effort for us to do something.
And what do you think should be the role? We all have a role to play as a country, as citizens. As media, we have a role to play. The citizens themselves, even you, the hospital, even the government. Can you try to give me a highlight of what should be our role in all this? Because a lot more has been castigating Kiruddu Hospital. Presenters on radio and on TV saying, there is a lot of that mambo jumbo out there. How best can we play the role that we actually get to know that we are part of the solution?
Thank you very much for bringing up that. I always keep telling people that we all have a role to play.
Yes.
Every time there's a problem, we should understand that we all have a role to play. I'll start with the role of the patients. The patients should learn to utilize the facilities, because this hospital was just completed recently. But sometimes they're misused by the patients themselves. And that sometimes contributes to the problem. The community itself, people come and they vandalize things that were put in place to help them. Patients come with their attendants and they vandalize the toilets and all the other things. So I appeal to the community, please, when you come to the hospital, don't vandalize.
Can you emphasize something to do with the numbers, the attendance to the to the patients?
Yes. Then the issue still with the community. This is a 200-bed capacity hospital. Surprisingly, we did our statistics recently and realized that virtually every patient walks in with 4 attendants. So that multiplies the number of the users by 5.
Wow.
We've tried to limit that. We've given visitors cards at the gate. You've seen security at the gate.
Yeah.
We try to limit the numbers of people. You know, once you do that, you guys, the media, have empowered the community. Once you do that, then they will start shouting. Things like that. Why are they doing this? But not just since you're trying to improve the service delivery.
Yeah.
A doctor cannot see a patient when you have 5, 6 attendants standing around.
Yeah. Then
there's limited space in the hospital. You don't want people hanging around.
Yeah.
Wait, this is my patient. Why are 5 of you looking after one patient? So all of them are there.
Yeah.
So that is regarding the community. I really appeal to the community that we know we have challenges in the hospital. Don't make those challenges worse.
Yeah.
Because once you come to the hospital, you have to utilize the services. You have to flush the toilet. You have to do all these other things. 2, the other role is definitely on the ministry. Ministry is already taking its role. They have bought the trucks, and they are engaged National Water to do for us a sewage treatment plant, which is on the way. Then, of course, for us administration, I think as people who are here, who are using the unit, I think we need to engage the community more and alert them that there are steps being done.
There is this being...
I'll end with the media. I know we've had a lot of negative publicity in the press.
Yes.
But I always tell the people that, you know, you've always said Kiruddu, but the people who come for the service are thousands.
Yeah.
That shows we do something.
Yeah, there
is something good about us. So we're not completely lost. And when you get into the hospital, it's clean. Yeah. Spotless, clean.
I've seen that, yeah.
That's something that we, as the users, have endeavored to achieve. That we keep the inside of the hospital as clean as possible. Then, so I appeal to the media that much as you want government to do something, don't portray government program. This was a loan government did to improve service delivery. Yeah. So if you castigate it and give it a very negative image, utilization will be poor. Absolutely. We are lucky that for us we offer very good services. So even if you give it negative publicity, the patients will know no.
Actually, the feedback I've gotten from the public is there is medication at Kiruddu. There are drugs at Kiruddu. I think that's why you have an overwhelming number of people coming through, and they're like, oh, I'll just go to Kiruddu. I will be attended to at Kiruddu.
One thing we have, as a team here, we have offered to do. We have offered that no one should come to the hospital and not be seen by the health worker. Yeah. The challenges that within our means, we shall address them. The challenges that not within our means, we shall address them to the relevant authorities. We have the workforce here. The health workers are here. You cannot walk into this hospital. That's why people have given us a lot of negative publicity regarding the septic tanks. No one has come out and said, I went to Kiruddu and died at the gate without being seen.
It can happen.
It can't happen. We even have wheelchairs at the gate that even the taxi drops the person there. The security man will put you in the wheelchair and take you to the casualty area. So we have been able to manage that other aspect. That is within our control. Yeah. Some of the factors are not beyond our control. Yes. We cannot say, oh, because we have sewage issues, we're going to cut down on the numbers. Then send them where?
I hear you.
Because this is the referral site, as the functional referral site. There's nowhere. Many people, they go to Nsambia, eventually when things turn bad, go to Kiruddu. People go to Mengo, when things go bad, go to Kiruddu. So eventually, let's work onto this. I know it is nice for the media to come and alert the government that they need to do something. But don't portray an image of a completely failed system.
I guess the media could possibly come through, Dr. Kabugo, if, like you said, if we're kept in the know, like, oh, there is a stride here, we have procured land, we already have land. Like now we know there are surveyors who came through, the subcontractors came through, they're trying to do. Now, this is positive information to the community. They get to know, oh, well, there you have it. We've had a great conversation with Dr. Kabugo about the sewer at Kiruddu Hospital. You and I need to understand that dialysis has 20 machines here at Kiruddu Hospital, and each machine per session, it uses 200 liters of water, and on a daily it actually has 2 sessions. Now those are 400 liters of water per day, one machine. multiply that by 20 machines, and take the figure higher and multiply that by a week and a month. Of course, the septic tank is actually strained. Well, this was not earlier on thought by the planners of the sewer, but government is doing strides. One, we have had, doctors explained it much more elegant, that there is a car that empties, there is a tank that comes and empties the septic tank. These are, avenues they're trying to address the stench that is at the main entrance. But one thing stands out: Kiruddu Hospital is clean. I've gone around it on my way here. It is very clean. Services are being provided. We have not had people have issues of someone died because someone didn't attend to them. And just so you know, it is still under Mulago Hospital, but it's a referral. Currently, it is going through the stages of being licensed as an independent entity, then it can run. But you and I have a role to play. Me as Omuntu Wawansi, a citizen, what is my role to play? What is your role as a community? Then secondly, there is one thing Dr. Kabugu mentioned. Tulekerawo okujja n'abantu bangi mu malwaliro, jangu n'abantu nga babiri oba omu agenda okubeerako emisana n'ow'ekiro. The hospitals are strained. Today it is true that is saying that, but someone watching this in Gulu and you're in administration, I'm sure you could resonate with this in Masaka and in Mbarara. So yes, I know we are Africans, but it's part and parcel of our, support structure. But let's try to limit it. 5 people in a hospital, it strains the budgets, it strains the hospital. At the end of the day, your patient will take long to, recover because doctors can't see them. Mulibanji, mukendereko come like 201, and then we'll actually have a better, health sector. That is service delivery. Well, that has been reality on the ground. It was an honor to talk to you, Dr. Kabugo.
Thank you.
It was very much an honor. And anytime you could actually come back here.
Please, anytime. Our doors are open.
And if anyone has a question, do you have a free information center where citizens can walk through and get information?
Yes, we have a human customer care person. So anytime people walk in, we always engage them.
There you go. Well, there you have it. That is reality on the ground. And shortly after me, Flavia is coming up with Tech Note. Keep it here on NTV.